Chosen one, you mustn't let your past control your future. You've lived in the pain of the past, and that's why your light is not as bright as it should be. That is why you think negative thoughts all the time. But you need to stop. You have to understand your past can never dictate your future. You have to make a line in the sand because the life God gave us is not a long one. We don't know when it will be our last day. If you only let go, you will see your true light. Chosen one, you have a promising future, regardless of what you went through. Satan wants to drag you back through the mud to the starting line, but you cannot allow this to happen. The new you will start today with a positive mentality and outlook. Your journey is not over yet. Your potential is great. People were sent by the evil one to try to destroy us. Yes, it's painful and it cuts deep. And your betrayal from friends and relationships might have made you wonder if you can carry on. But I'm here to tell you that you can. I know what you are made of, says the Lord. I'm with you. Get up. So, holding on to the past will only hinder your growth and potential. You need to learn to walk again. Slowly but surely, you can rise up above everything. We are still learning, my friends, but I know that you still have many things to accomplish, no matter what anyone says. God knows who you are, believe it. The things you went through will not define you, but they will make you into a stronger person. Someone who is able and ready for any battle. Someone who is waiting for the call of God. But when we hold on longer than we should, we start to believe our own misery, and then darkness draws near. Never allow your traumas to mold your perception of who you are. If you do this, you're putting walls around yourself. You are making your own prison, and the longer it goes on, the harder it will be to escape from your nightmare. Satan wants to change your reality, but it's just his illusion. He uses his powers to get into your mind in the hope that we will fall for his lies and just give up. You can never quit, my friend. It's not on your horizon. It's not on your radar. The light that once burned bright in you will return. Your purpose is God-given. Don't you realize all the things you went through was no accident? God reminds us to forget about the past and bring our troubles to his feet. In the book of Matthew, chapter 11, verse 28, it tells us to bring our burdens to him. Come to me, all of you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Here, Jesus lets us know, by trusting in him, there's nothing that we cannot get over. We don't have to be stuck in pain. We can move on. When your friends did that thing to you, it hit you hard. You didn't know what betrayal was before that happened. they were so-called friends. But everybody will go through it at some point in their lives. Don't forget, Jesus was betrayed before you. And we live in a corrupt and evil world, and it's never too far away. You invested your time into that friendship. They knew your secrets. You shared everything together. You would have given them your last penny. Something told you what they was up to behind your back. And when you found out the truth, it was a real shock. It made you angry. It made you cry. But that's how Satan operates. He wants maximum damage from the people that we trust. This is what he wants for the chosen ones. He wants your lights out. He wants you to give up. Just like Jesus was betrayed by Judas, this type of betrayal cuts very deep. But it's their loss, not yours. You are on the side of good. They have no morals or conscience. What goes around comes around. You never wish them harm, but God will take care of things in his own time. You only need to forgive. Let it go. Otherwise, he will eat you up. Holding on to any bitterness only delays your recovery. You must choose to release the feelings that you were betrayed into God's hands. Clinging on to bad thoughts and feelings about people will never allow you to move forwards. You will never reach your abundant future that God has prepared for you because you are stuck in the past. The man or the woman that you met, that you thought this is the one, you were so wrong about them. And you rushed in too quick. And now you're reaping the cost of your actions. God told you in the beginning to wait. Those messages flashing through your mind, those dreams, that was God talking to you. Don't you know when God is trying to tell you something? But now you can see what he was trying to say. As you pick up the pieces, it's all clear. Your haste has led to heartache. Your short-term attraction has led to pain. But you was young in your walk, and you was young in your age. Your relationship with God is like a finely tuned instrument right now. And you're trusting in him for everything. And his blessing is coming to you in so many ways. You can be sure that this heartache will never happen again, because you read the signs and you know the messages, what they sound like. You know who God is, and you will never ignore God again. At this time in your life, you have spiritual maturity. So if God is for you, who can be against you? Who can defeat you? Emotionally, physically, or spiritually? No one. Once again, because of your forgiveness, you can move on. No chains of the past can stop us from achieving God's plans in the future, if we forgive. No family is perfect. Some of the things we went through might have left a mark on us. Some families are supportive and some are not. Some families are functional and some are dysfunctional. But we cannot dwell on the way we was treated in the family, because it will not do us any good. And the clock goes forwards, not backwards. Just like in our lives, we have to go forwards. God allows things to happen. Although they might not seem pleasant, it still has the effect of strengthening us. It raises our threshold of pain, disappointment and trauma. Don't forget, God's ways are higher than our ways. Sometimes we can't understand what God is trying to do, but he is doing good all the time. Your family may not be in a good support system for you. Maybe your family was against you. Maybe you was always the one to be blamed for something going wrong. And this put you through emotional distress and pain. The family is not perfect, just like the world is not perfect. Maybe your parents have disappointed you as you look back on your childhood, because they allowed the other members of the family to get away with stuff, including bullying you. Yes, maybe your betrayal of the family was painful, but it was for a reason. And this didn't stop you finding your way to God's purposes as you grew older. The purposes for your life. Think about this verse right now. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good. Genesis chapter 50, verse 20. Joseph was subjected to betrayal from his brothers. And he could have retaliated later on with revenge. What he went through could have made him bitter. That could have overtaken his purpose. But Joseph trusted God for everything. And everything that he went through, he was greatly rewarded. This is what God is expecting from you. If you don't have forgiveness and trust, you will not receive the great things that God has planned for your life. We have to move forward, my friends. The mindset should be to put everything behind us. If we truly believe in God, we can do it. The betrayal in relationships, in the family, and from friends, maybe they all hurt you in the past, and that can never be changed. But let me ask you, do you choose to live in the 1970s, the 80s, or the 90s, or whenever it happened? Or do you choose to let it go and move forwards and never look back? Looking back will not help you, my friends. Jesus said in Luke chapter 9, verse 6, no one who puts the hand to the plough and looks back is fit for service in the kingdom of God. My friends, a victory is only a victory when you release those demons who want to burden you with pain. We choose to trust God's guidance and plans because he knows where he's taken us. It's all been written in the book of life. If we live in a miserable existence because of what someone's done to us in the past, we give the people who hurt us power. They want to see you down. They don't want to see you up. The chosen ones will be tested in the fires of life. There's no getting away from that. But if we choose to let the pain go on in our everyday life, we shall be getting nowhere. Your life has value. You are going somewhere, and you want the promises of God to happen to you. By walking with God every day, you shall get them, because we know in all things God works for the good, for those who love him. And we are called, the chosen ones, to his purpose. So every painful thing that we went through will lead us to a greater good if we surrender it ourselves to God. Every day has gifts filled with abundant chances. By letting go of the past problems, you can receive the hope found in God and his promises. So, make the most of your life. Don't starve yourself of a blessing. Know that God has created great things in your life for a purpose. Release your burdens and you will find your peace. Don't walk around with your arms stretched out carrying a bag of cement. Your burdens will wear you down. You have to let them go. Know that your future is an abundant one, waiting to reveal itself to you in God's plans. So move forward. Move forward in your hope. Move forward in the renewal of yourself. Each day is like a fresh start, a chance to release the pressures of your past. Forgiveness releases hope for your future. Without it, the door will be shut. If you want freedom and peace, you have to let go of the past. The past is behind you, and now the sun is rising for your new life. A bright light has come back to you, and the blessings are once again waiting for you, because you stepped into a bright new future, free from unforgiveness and pain. Your past cannot control your future. Forgiveness unlocks the hope of your future, and without it, the door will remain shut permanently. Thank you, my friends, again for listening. I really do appreciate it. Remember, your past should never control your life, but your determination to move on will shape your future. Live the dream, my friends. Make it your reality. Claim it. This is actually one of the most important lessons in life, because it's used by the enemy so much. He wants us to be bitter. He wants us unforgiving. But if we refuse to be that way, then he has no power over us, because our relationship with God requires forgiveness. Thank you so much again, my friends. Take care. God bless. Shalom.